This presentation is called Angles, a new kind of protractor. Well, you know that this is the Montessori protractor that we have been using. And this is the protractor that Dr. Montessori used for us in Montessori schools. You will not see this kind of protractor out in the real world, but they have other kinds of protractors. And that is what I'm going to show you today. So this is a full circle protractor, which is very similar to this. All right. Also, there is this protractor, which is only half. Okay, I think, whoops, it goes this way. So this is only 1/2, all right, of the size of the protractor here. So it would look something like this. So it's only 180 degrees worth. Okay, there are many kinds of protractors out there. Here I have a very large protractor. Here I have a protractor that we will try and use today to measure some angles. Here I have a little bitty baby protractor, okay? But they all will do the exact same thing, and it doesn't matter how big your angles are, all right? So let's draw an angle on our paper, and I like to use my straight edge when drawing an angle. So I like to use the box of sticks, and here I go. So I'm going to draw an angle today. Let's see. All right, so there's one side or line segment. Okay, and I'm going to draw another line segment connecting. All right, so I have two line segments connected by a vertex. All right, so my vertex is right there. The vertex is really important. So I am, for just purposes today, I'm going to draw a big old circle here for the vertex. All right, so we know that that is the most important part. And just like before, where we would take that vertex and line it up with the center of the circle, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna line up that vertex with the, let's see if you can see, it's clear, I'm so sorry, with the center of this, oops, there's my 0. Okay, so it's always important, remember to always find that 0. Okay, so my 0 is right here, and I'm gonna line up my circle, that center of this, with my vertex, and I'm gonna make sure I'm lining up my 0. So my 0 is right here, okay? Just like here, there's my center, there's my 0, lining it up. And now I'm gonna see where this line goes, okay? You can use this if you'd like to help you. All right, so there it is. And I can bring it up a little bit closer so you all can see. Oh my goodness, you cannot see. Maybe if I do it on the paper. Okay, so see, it is going to 45 degrees. So I measured to 45 degrees. So we can say that this is a 45 degree angle. All right, now I could do the same thing with this big protractor, all right? So what I have to do, there's my 0, all right? And there's my center. If I were to make a big old circle here, okay? Oh my goodness, so big. Big old circle. This would be the center. So that's where my vertex needs to line up. So here I go, lining up my vertex with that arrow and the 0. So that line segment is lined up with the 0, and so is the vertex. Now, here is my line coming out the edge here, and I'm gonna set my my straight edge right here so we can see what the degrees are. Okay, So as you can see, I have my line, I have it lined up with the center and right there. And so that is 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is a 45-degree angle. Let's make sure I make it nice and straight, okay? Just like I said here, 45 degrees, okay? All right, I could also do this same thing with this little baby one, all right? There's a little arrow right here, line that up with the 0, just like that. Oh, I have it upside down. And look at that. Once again, if I put my stick on top, I can see that it went to 45 degrees. All right, there are so many different kinds of protractors, but they all will measure the same angle. This one is kind of fun because it has a little bubble that shows you where that vertex is. So that one's kind of fun. So I line up my 0, and there it goes again, right to 45 degrees. Okay, now when you're using this type of protractor, or even this type of protractor, let's use this one because it's so big and you can all see it. Okay, notice how this number says 10 and underneath it says 170. This says 20, this says 60, okay? The only one that says the both is 90. So the reason that is because you will have to look at the angle first and determine, is this acute or is this obtuse? You have to use your skills from prior lessons. Because you know by just looking at this, and if you need your angle measure, you can get that out, but you can look at it. This is definitely an acute angle. So there's no way that when I line up my vertex here and the line goes to right here, there's no way that this is going to be 130 to 140 degrees, because that would mean it would be an obtuse angle, and it's not obtuse. So it has to be acute. So it has to be the smaller of the two numbers, 45. All right, so that is how you measure an angle with this new kind of protractor. And there are so many of these protractors. All right, that is your presentation for today.